going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. I know it's been a long minute since I've uploaded a car maintenance video, let alone an actual video. I've been really busy at the end of the last quarter that I had during my third year, and as well as this summer. Yeah, I decided it is time to finally do some changes on this puppy right here. I finally managed to get a couple of bucks in order to get myself a new radiator, because the old radiator itself is already giving out. It's been a couple of years since then, but the actual physical radiator is giving out. It's already having the green spots, as notoriously known to be able to like give signs of giving up. So, and before I do any more like heavy driving, just like in a general future, then I might as well just swap it out for a CSF radiator. I didn't know they actually made OEM stock radiators, so they pretty much like took over in like the market and making these the OEM radiators for any Miatas. It was either a CSF radiator or a Mishimoto, but I didn't want to spend like $300 on one. Instead, I got one for like $120. So yeah, so what we first need to do is actually first flush the radiator, take the old one out. So this will pretty much be how to do video if you guys are curious in the whole process. But yeah, let's get straight into it. This video won't take that long, just like many of the other maintenance videos I've done years ago. So yeah, this will be fun to get back into it. Almost forgot, if you guys do like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, let's get this thing all fleshed out. Now to start off with the basics, I'm just gonna take off the intake tubing that we see right here, just to have it out the way so that we could take the fan off from the radiator. You know, now that I'm realizing it, there is a crack in my intake tubing. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get this replaced. And now what I'm gonna be doing is draining the actual fluid itself. You see the Phillips screwdriver drain plug right there. I'm gonna be flushing all the fluid out first, and then making sure there's no leakage in terms of taking off the top tube from the old radiator itself. There we go. I need to have this bucket down here. There you go. And of course right now I won't drop anything because the actual top bit is not open. Watch what happens when I take off the top cap. Everything drains out. And that is the original color of the radiator fluid, or the coolant in this case. So right now it's off, making sure that it all comes out. Alright, so we'll wait until that comes out. Then I'm going to be detaching the actual radiator hosing. Bring this system itself. Alright, it might, some may come out. I'm not too sure. There we go. Now nothing's coming out. Passenger side one I just took off right now. It's a white one. And then the driver's side will be a black one right here. So I'll take this out. There we go. So this is just like like something that connects the AC lines with the radiator. So just like a whole like mount system right here. So that will come off. There we go. All right, that's free. And there's also the hosing on that side. I don't know if it will come out as well, like the actual fluid from the bottom side, but technically the drain plug is the lowest part of the system, so it all should come out already. Oh yeah, there is. That's insane. How about we take this, put it back on, since all of this is drained out, hand tighten it a little bit, and allow it so that on the other side it drains out from there. Oh shoot. That's insane. And now we physically want to take out the radiator itself. So there's two bolts that hold it in place. So it's just, yeah, the one on the left, which I'll show right here. Alright, first one off. Also, you could tell that this radiator is the original one. It has the original Japanese lettering on it. It's pretty cool. On the fan and then on the radiator itself. This intake tubing was such a pain to take out, but it is finally off for now. Looks still in great shape. Now, should be able to take this out completely. And it is off. Finally. Look how much room you have here now. Literally all of this. It's insane. You got the gunk of all the coolant that came out. The little 1.6 that comes in an NA Miata back in the 90s. Or 1991 since this one's it. Up until 1996. But yeah, this is the old radiator out. Look how gunked up this one was. All chocolate brown looking color. All the radiator fins are all beat up throughout time. And yeah, now we gotta take these fans out because these fans are still in great condition. And good thing is that the new radiator has the actual like pinpoints as to directly replace the old one onto the same exact OEM spec. So we could directly compare both radiators in itself. This is the new one and this is the old one. Look at the huge difference. Not only the fins are all messed up for the old one, but this one's clean, and this one's just all gunked up in general. So I'm glad we're finally switching this up. So now comes the tedious part. I have to take each and every single off of the old fan and then put on the new one once those are all out. First one is off. Wow, it's kind of peeling off. Interesting. Y'all won't believe what I just found on this corner, bro. I found a damn rock. Why did they put a rock? Or I don't know if it was just there coincidentally, but why is there a rock on this one, bro? Last one is off. So now this will go directly onto the new radiator. And now we just have a fossil, which I will no longer be using, so I'm not sure if I should just throw it away or served me 4 years of my ownership. Also keep in mind, we also have to use the same sort of like bearing on these sides right here, left and right. I just keep track of like which side is which, even though I think it's the same exact thing, but just in case. And then I took them off from the old radiator and you have to put it back on here. So go, just slide it in, just like that. And then you put this on, let me remember, yeah, just like so. Like that. So then this will hold on to the bolt that goes in, that physically mounts it onto the chassis of the car. And I do the same thing on the other side. Like so. And now it's time to actually connect the old fan. Just like this. Also, I just realized there is you see these like holders right here, this like shaft? We actually also need to take these out, so in order to put back on the new radiator. Alright, took the C-clip out. This is for the left side. Oh, let me put that back in. This C-clip is so hard to get. There we go. And this is on the right side. So I could even put it straight on it right now. So up next is just simply tightening all the bolts. So there is one bolt missing within the actual assembly itself, but I think it should be fine. I can't find any replicas in the lab of this bolt itself. And those are the fans on. These things ain't going anywhere. So now for the following part is just putting on the rest of the items. Bearings are on, the fans are on. Fins looks nice. Damn, this looks huge. Oh, nice. Wow, did it just fly out? Are you kidding me, bro? That's actually insane. Good thing I have extra C-clips. After a good 20 minutes, I finally put the C-clip in, man. Oh my goodness, this thing is so annoying to do, but yeah, it's in there. There you go. And now for my favorite part of them all is finally putting it back together. All right, it's in there. This is the official look of the new radiator on the car. Wow, that was another annoying part as well. I had to retake the whole radiator out, and in order for me to put the intake back in, because it wasn't able to budge in whenever I put the radiator back on first, but now it's fine. I ended up doing a little bit of work off camera. It was so hard to put the actual bolts back in. I'm not sure exactly why. Like, it wasn't an exact fit, but it should be all good now. So then all the coolant hoses are also on. Everything should be on. I just remember I need to connect that. The driver's side and passenger side, the connections for the fans are all in. And it looks really sturdy, so it should be as good as new now. I just need to actually do the coolant stuff, and, you know, being able to pressurize the system and bring it up to temp and see if everything is good. So yeah, let's move on to the next step of this swap. Well, I'm gonna be using the Valvoline 50/50 solution. It should all be simple from here. I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago when I think it's the most viewed video on my channel, when I actually did a whole radiator flush and refill. It was pretty cool. It's pretty much flashback. Let's see how many views we could get on this one, but obviously I don't care because I do this for fun. But I also have the bleeding system right here, pretty much. So like, it takes out all the air bubbles that are in the system as the engine is going. And so yeah, I'll show you how to do that in a sec. If you guys want to use this kit that I'm using for the bleeding process, I'll put a link in the description below. This kind of like simplifies it, right? There's multiple sizes, and it's usually for like, and it pretty much fits on every sizing of radiator caps, right? So what you do is put the one that fits on your radiator, like pretty snug, and then you put this one. So it just like tightens up pretty much. And then you just plug that puppy in. Now is like a perfect time to make sure all your coolant hoses are actually connected and everything. Make sure that your fans are connected and that everything is just fine, just how you found it when you opened up the hood. What you want to do is you kind of want to have, as the car is already cool and everything, the thermostat is closed. It's not letting any coolant to flow within the engine itself. So right now what you're going to do is fill the radiator up, right? So that's typically going to be like 3/4 of a gallon. But once it goes up to temperature, like 170 degrees Fahrenheit, the actual thermostat is gonna allow so that the long route is gonna open up, and it's gonna suck in all the coolant that is pretty much in the radiator, and it's gonna start circulating, right? So now you wanna put more radiator fluid, more coolant, in order for it to fill up to the max. So there's two steps to it. Right now, you just wanna fill it up without any of the car like stuff running. And then the second part, which I'll do in a sec, is have the engine running, get it up to temp, allow so that the fluid in the radiator goes into the engine and circulates. And then right there, all the bubbles are gonna, you know, start coming out. And then you want to refill that remaining volume with more coolant. So right now what I'm doing is I'm filling up the radiator itself. And it's allowing so that as the coolant is going down, it's letting the air go out right to the highest point. And then if it doesn't bubble no more, and if the coolant like levels are coming towards the top of this kit right here, then that's your sign to actually turn on the engine. And then you want to keep cycling the coolant through the long route, right? Which means the thermostat is going to open, allowing for the coolant to run within the chambers for the coolant. Are leaving the system while the coolant is replacing that air volume, I guess you could say, air to coolant, right? You want to have almost 100% coolant instead of, you know, air bubbles that actually like take up space in your radiator. I'm actually so happy that I ended up doing this as soon as I can. because that thing was like about to pop. Like if you think about it, it may seem like it wasn't gonna do anything, like this whole time it wasn't giving me any heat issues or like any temp, like over temp issues. It's just to avoid stuff, you know, avoiding like stuff to happen in the road. So now at this point in time, you just want to wait until the car gets up to temperature. I'll show you like what I mean by that. So right here we see that this needle is going towards the middle, or a little bit less than the middle, as it always does. You want to keep your AC going, but I mean that's just kind of like if you do have a like heating system or like an AC system. All right, so everything should be done now. I'm just doing like last minute, you know, bubbling, and then everything should be a-okay. So it's already been like what, 20 minutes. The driver's side fan is on, meaning it's the long route opening out, which is meaning the temp sensor already says, hey, can we open this up so that we can enter the coolant inside and then start cycling around. That is that, pretty much done. So the cool thing about this kit that I was telling you guys about is that you pretty much put the remaining of this coolant back, since this is like clean coolant and you don't want to like just throw it away. You pretty much just plug this back in like this, right? And then just in case, have some towels out just in case it's like some drops. Take this puppy out so that it doesn't go through. Put this onto here, plug this out, and it goes back in there. I got the fumes of radiator fluid. It used a total of 1 gallon and a third. So 1.3 gallons of radiator fluid. There we go. Oh, left some glove, but we're gonna go in. That's gonna be it for this vlog. If you guys did like this video, make sure to like button, subscribe. So that was a pretty much quick swap. I mean, I've been here since 5. It's already 8 p.m. so it's 3 hours, a 3-hour swap. And I was also doing stuff for my team as well. Like as the car was getting up to temp, I was just doing some logistics and like checking on what we need for the next meeting that we're gonna have. But yeah, until the next video, I'll most likely be posting the recap from last year, which has brought to what the car looks now. Obviously this car was non-existent beforehand. It was literally just a bunch of tubes and metal and electronics. Obviously we don't have our wheels on and we don't have the car painted and like tuned in as well, but that's going to be for this year, and we're going to be bringing this to competition and it's going to be outstanding. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.